Much better. All right, everybody, we're about to do this. We are about to do this tonight. We are going to do our last, I'm going to do my, well, like last game of the regular season, of course. Last stream of the regular season, of course. And tonight I thought I'd do the Utah Mammoth versus the St. Louis Blues. Blues at Mammoth, so they're in Utah this evening. 6:30 p.m. hockey game. I like when they start at this time. I wonder how much people in the West hate Eastern start times. Very curious. Why am I so curious? Well, that's cards, dude. Why would I be so curious about something like that? Well, first I'd have to remember what I'd be talking about. Blues Mammoth. Blues didn't make it. Did not finish. Anybody here play Diddy Kong Racing growing up? I did. And in Diddy Kong Racing, when you did not finish, dude, if I buy them there, I'll be so mad. Well, I will. I gotta say, dude. How many people here actually play video games? Does anybody here play video games? I play video games. I like video games. It's one of those things that I like, and it's just one of those things I'm never sure if I'll like ever truly get over. It's just one of those pastimes, one of those hobbies that's just stuck with me throughout my years. Ooh, this bar? Yes. Chocolate chip bar. Trying to get some. Well, kill two of these bars. I should be happy. Is it healthy? Probably not. Mm, I'm just chomping over here. I went and took a walk before the stream. I went outside, stretched my legs. Felt fantastic. Well, let's get this hockey game on. Let's get this hockey game on. Now, a fun fact for me is that I play fantasy hockey, and in my fantasy hockey league, I'm actually currently in second place. Well, and I'm going for first place. I want to get first place. I'm competing for first place. And right now, I feel like I could actually get there. I feel like I could actually do it. I could get first place. Right now, I'm beating my brother by 10 points. So I am up. I am above. And I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself for my accomplishments. But I'm not there yet. Went ahead and picked up Connor Ingram tonight because I have a feeling the Oilers will not lose to the Vancouver Canucks. Something tells me the Vancouver Canucks will lose again. I mean, there's no way they win. How was everybody's day? I'll go live in a little bit. Looks like puck drops about 30 seconds. Personally, I have a feeling the Mammoth are going to take this one home. The Mammoth are just such a better team than the Blues. Even though they didn't make it into the playoffs, I still feel that I don't think the Blues are a bad team, but they do not compare to one another. It sucks. So funny to me. All right, here we got some puck drop action. Give me that puck drop. All right, let's go live. I don't know why, guys. I got a little bit of a headache tonight. I don't feel bad. Oh, the Blues had a beautiful shot within the first 30, not even 30 seconds, 8 seconds. I've been muted this entire time. Well, now I'm not muted anymore, everybody. I've been talking all about the hockey game, and now nobody in the chat said anything, so oops. Anyways, here we are. Here we are, everybody. Welcome, everybody. I am Weekaken. Hopefully, I am your favorite hockey personality. Today, doing a little bit of live cast and talking about this hockey game. Utah Mammoth, St. Louis Blues. Blues are the visitors. Blues strike first. They strike first within the first 4.5 minutes of this hockey game. They scored on their fourth shot. They already had 3 shots in like the first minute and a half. They had their first shot in the first 11 seconds of the hockey game, and they drew a penalty on that too. Pavel Buchnevich, what is that? His number goal of the size home. Let's check. I hope everyone had a great day today. My day was pretty decent at work, but now we're here. Now, you and I get to talk hockey. I thought so. Only his 20th goal of the season. Now, I thought Pavel Buchnevich was I know he was a talented hockey player, but what I mean, I thought he was a player that could accomplish more. Obviously, the Blues didn't make the playoffs, so maybe there's a lot of players on that team could accomplish more. Is it the individual players, or the team, is the coaching? A lot of things to say about that. A lot of things that could be either or. Personally, I think that there are some teams that just have to admit that it's time. Retooling, I don't like it. Retooling, it just feels like it doesn't work. But at the same time, I think the way it happens is that you have to sell your fans and you have to sell your team, because you don't want to tell your guys like, hey guys, you want to know what? All your sweat, all your time, all your energy, all your efforts, every punch, every shove, every cross check, every block, every hit, every mile you put on your body is for nothing. Like imagine getting cross-checked in the jaw and that season knowing like you're just tanking and you just lost 3 teeth for no reason. For no reason. Because that's kind of, and that's also the part where you can compromise the integrity of the sport, integrity of the game, if you don't, how do I say, draft, play, and compete correctly. And obviously that's extremely important. And I'm sure everybody else would agree. Delta Center, the Utah Mammoth hockey team. I I mean, as a Coyotes fan, I was reading some comments on X the other day, dude, and it was just so annoying. It was just so annoying. Why was it so annoying, Weekaken? Well, it was super annoying because it was just a few Utah people saying, "Oh my gosh, our team is so great. Can't you believe it?" I mean, our team doesn't even count as our team's considered an expansion franchise, not a relocation. Blah 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 blah. And I'm thinking to myself, like, without the Coyotes, you wouldn't have a team. Not only would you not have a team, you wouldn't have any of these picks. Utah Mammoth fans may be one of the luckiest hockey club organizations out there. Now, Mammoth, still my second pick after Yeti. Still would have wanted to have the Yeti versus the Kraken. That would have been absolutely crazy. 3 mythical creatures in the entire league. And that's one of my favorite things about the NHL is that the teams are just cool. The team names are sick. Personally, there's a few clubs that I feel like should change their names. And they're all Canadian clubs. Puck goes in the middle of that ice. Come on, Blues, what you got? What you got? They already got one goal, but now the Mammoth are up to 5 shots. Snuggerud, going to get that puck over the blue line and send it all the way around. Can't maintain the puck possession. And now the Mammoth are offsides. Man, I couldn't tell. He had to stick his leg out. And I was like, oh man, is he actually going to be on sides? Is he actually going to stay on sides? And then I'm not sure if he was. How's everyone doing tonight? I am Lee Caken. I hopefully am your favorite hockey personality. Tonight, I am talking about the St. Louis Blues and how they're visiting the Utah Mammoth tonight. Ooh, I don't know. How do you do tusks? I don't know how you do tusks. I saw like some guys on like the commercials or whatnot doing something like that. And then apparently now they're serving like tusk beers or tusk fountain drinks or whatever you want to call it. St. Louis Blues playing like they wanted to be in the playoffs. I mean, who didn't want to be in the playoffs? But now they're not in the playoffs. They got eliminated at 84 points. The Predators were eliminated at 86 points. The Kings made it at 90 points, and the Mammoth made it at 92 points. Blues just couldn't do it. Blues just couldn't do it. But that's my favorite. I mean, when it comes to sports teams and like leagues, I think that the NHL has the best overall everything. Personally, I think football is the easiest to consider a tradition. And I feel like when it's played, it's hard to not play it with integrity because you're going full speed at another person. And if you're not engaged, you just get your clock cleaned and that doesn't feel good. And so you're not going to let that happen again. Soccer, you pretend, or football European, yeah, you practically just act. And if someone touches you, you just fall and pretend your leg got chopped off. That is the worst part of the entire World Cup. Every single soccer tournament, you got guys pretending that their ankles are hacked off with a saw. It's just dumb. It's just so stupid. They just stubbed their toe. Oh, you stubbed your toe. Oh no, you stubbed your toe. It's so stupid. But tell me, everybody, how's your day going? I'm Week Aiken, like I said. I'm here to talk hockey with you. And I hope you are here to talk hockey with me. I am grit and grit. Oh, now she's commenting. I like the Mammoth and I'm glad they got in the playoffs. Canadians. Let me say hello in my multi-stream. Oh, that's cool. Yay, that was me. Seeing if this is working or not, because it feels like it's working some places, but not everywhere. Mhm. All right, I am there. St. Louis Blues up 1-0. They're gonna launch it into the neutral zone. Where's that puck at? Oh, Luch Nate would curl around. He's gonna enter the zone, tip it, and he can't. Who is it? Number 6 can't get. Well, he got possession of it, and somehow he had possession of the puck, lost it. His teammate passed it back to him, and then he did try to do some spin around no look pass to give it back to him, and didn't connect with him. Got the puck stolen from him, and now the Mammoth have been in the Blues offensive zone for about 5 or 10 seconds before the Blues have just finally taken it away. And now lost it. And we have an icing. What a unique few events that we had right there. Utah Mammoth, the Arizona Coyotes, the team that was ready to be a menace. And that is another thing that honestly makes me wonder is that I'm always going to wonder what the Coyotes could have done or like could have been. You know what I mean? I don't even know why I walked all the way around. I don't even know why I did that. I don't know why I'm trying to be such a fool. I don't know why I'm such a fool, everybody. I don't know why I'm such a fool, everybody. I don't know why I'm such a fool, everybody. I don't know why I'm such a fool, everybody. Where's this puck at? Mammoth have it over the blue line. And it's so hard to see if I can recognize any of these players. It's actually kind of embarrassing. Kind of embarrassing. Like I don't want to say how embarrassing, but it is to some degrees embarrassing. Blues be pushing that puck up into the Mammoth zone. I can't tell if that was the milkman, and not many shots that for the last couple of minutes. Both teams struggling to recontrol the possession of the puck. The Blues just got a redirect slapper point blank in front of the net, and that puck ricocheted and bounced all the way back into their zone. It's probably one of the best opportunities of a goal this entire hockey game that I would say personally. I thought it was a great opportunity. Blues are just going to slow it down, dump that puck in, get some changes. Is there an so when Tarasenko was on the Blues, was he number 91? Someone else looks like 91 now. That's just got to be such a weird thing to be like, you know who had that number last? No, who did it? And then they tell you, and you're like, okay, now what? Like, well, if that person had it last. Like, okay, do you not want me to have it? They're like, well, just don't forget. And you're like, I never knew that this person. What would I not? What would I know? I mean, you'd have to know to not forget, right? I just think that's just something silly. Um, Oh, Holloway, what a beautiful deacon. It is Vamilka. It is Vamilka. Face off draw. Blues win. How is everyone doing? We got a commercial on right now as we wait for our hockey game to come back. I am Week Cake, and hopefully I'm your favorite hockey personality. And tonight we're talking Utah Mammoth and St. Louis Blues. One team that is going to make it into the playoffs, and one team that did not. One team that has a lot more potential than the other. One team inherited a bunch of resources from another location, and the other team has won a Stanley Cup within the last 10 years. So take your pick. Would you rather have the potential to win the cup, or would you rather have those memories in your rear view mirror? And hey, do you remember that? Do you remember that, dude? Do you remember those days, man? Personally, I'd rather have it in my rear view mirror, because if it's in your rear view mirror, it's already happened. It has happened. It's a thing. It's not, oh man, I wish we did this. Because that's the hard part. A lot of players end up having to say, I wish blank happened. Not everyone actually, I almost said graduates. Not everyone actually finishes or finishes, has a great or lengthy careers. But more than not, people don't have lengthy careers, and they just end up retiring without winning the Stanley Cup. There's a lot of players that don't win the Stanley Cup. Ovechkin was almost one of them. He got that very, very, very lucky Stanley Cup in 2017, where he beat the Penguins, Lightning, and Golden Knights to get his Stanley Cup. Had to be an expansion franchise. I just think that's funny. Had to defeat an expansion franchise. Why are you looking so down, Andre Tyranny? All right, Blues, what you got? A little neutral zone control. Dump it on in. All right, dump that puck on in. Who's going to get to it first? Clearfoot for the Mammoth. They're going to play it around the boards, and they're going to try to send it out to center ice. And just a dump. The Blues got that puck extremely quickly, and they're already trying to bounce the puck in. Unsuccessful bounce in. However, it does lead to a shot. And we're going to get an offensive zone draw for those Blues after a little pushing and shoving. Now we got a commercial. How's everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing tonight? We are just waiting for this commercial to get over. Maybe we should open a hockey pack tonight. Well, we'll definitely open a hockey pack tonight. Just wonder how many hockey packs we should open tonight. See what everybody in the chat says later tonight when we get to the third period. Well, for sure, open at least one hockey pack. When we get to the second period, we'll definitely go to the card view, and we'll start talking about some of the hockey cards. We'll look at some of the players that I think are impactful, and I'll go into a little bit of depth with some of the players a little bit more than others. I know the Mammoth a lot more because I am a Coyotes fan, and I'm not going to say was, still am. The Coyote in me the Howl in me will never go away. Never will go away. Blues won that face-off. However, they weren't able to keep the control of that puck in the offensive zone. But a quick and efficient dump-in the puck wrapped around the boards. And the Blues fighting to control the puck as they continuously send the puck around the boards. A little dump into the middle. Can't make it. Vamelka gets his paddle there. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. 30 seconds left to go on the first period. In the first period. How's it going, everybody? How's it going? How's it going, everybody? How's it going? How's it going? Everyone say hi. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Dalibor Dubusky. What do we got going on? No one in the chat. Where is everybody? Everyone's so quiet tonight. It's okay. I'm just right here. Was that Parenko with a shot? Dude, I'm not even. Sometimes at these games, when they get to the end of the season, sometimes the energy from the players is just so down. You're just like, dude, it's just such a relaxed game. Because I'm not sure how much it actually matters. I'm not sure how much this game actually matters. Rips that puck back in. The Mammoth, Nate Schmidt, can he get that puck out? He sure can. Is that to Marino? I like John Marino. A shot, score! Right in the slot. Number 53, is that Carconi? It is Michael Carconi. That's what the announcer's yelling. Michael Carconi scores, tying the hockey game with 3 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the first period. Utah Mammoth showing that they are ready for this playoffs. They want to be in the playoffs, and they've earned their shot at the Stanley Cup. And that's another thing that you really have to understand, is that you have to earn your spot to fight for the cup. You have to earn your glory. You have to prove to that Stanley Cup that you deserve to hold it. That's why players don't hold the Stanley Cup unless they win. That's why Subban on one of the shows, he won't touch the cup. Buccigross he almost chases him with the Stanley Cup. He's like, oh my gosh, touch it. And he's like, oh, no, 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 no. And Subban just runs away from him. It's always pretty silly to see. Pretty silly to see. Game back on. Where's that puck at? Blues getting in another defensive area. Controlled the game at the very beginning, but it just can take, and that's the crazy thing about hockey, is that because you're on skates, you can move so much. You glide. You're just gliding everywhere. Like you're going a consistent 5 to 10 miles an hour everywhere you're going, if not quicker. So you're getting everywhere extremely quickly. So you can get from one side to the other so much faster than running. You're gliding. You're gliding. Here they go. Blue to the big old slapper. Love save. Milkman. Come on, Utah Mammoth. Honestly, I don't really care who wins this hockey game. I just want to see a great hockey game. Is that Kerfoot? And I'm learning the Mammoth roster still. I mean, I know a lot of the original Coyotes, but there's still a bunch of original Coyotes that aren't here. Where they at? Blues. Oh my gosh, their passes are immaculate. But again, all of the important offensive players for the Mammoth aren't playing. It doesn't look like. Blues with another shot over the line, centering feed, redirected by Ian Cola into the corner. Blues regain control. A slap down, knee down, slapper, a slap down. Uh-oh, why did my camera go to bed? Camera, where'd you go? That was weird. My camera's just like, did you? I had to turn my camera back on. How is everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing? I am Week Haken. Hopefully, I am your favorite hockey personality. And so far, no one in the chat is actually really talking, or else it's just not working at all for whatever reason. So I'm having a good time. We're just talking about this hockey game. You won't be able to see it. You won't be able to hear it. You're supposed to be watching the game at your place. And we're supposed to be like buddies on the couch. Hey, man, what do you think about this game? Oh, man, I don't know. Hey, what do you think about the Flyers and the Penguins facing off first round? Well, I think it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, talk about one of the best rivalries in the entire sports in the entire world, right? Talk about that. Okay, well, talk to me about another round. Well, no, I don't know all the other rounds. I think the Lightnings play the Canadians, which is a rematch of the Stanley Cup final from the COVID season, 2020, I believe. 2019, 2020. Maybe it's 2020, 2021. Man, I still can't believe that happened. Still can't believe that happened. Kerfoot, I mean, the Mammoth, they want this. They're coming in, they're curling around. They didn't like how, I don't think the Mammoth liked how the Blues were controlling them in the beginning. They just got a fantastic redirect. Carconi and Kerfoot battling for control. Now to Paterka at the top of the close circle, sends a little lobber to the goal. Hoffer catches it and throws it in the corner, but it looks like the first period will come to a close. That means I am going to go on a little intermission break. I'll see everybody back for period number 2. I am Week Aiken. Talk to you soon. Hockey game is about to come back. Where is Mr. Mouse? Here we go. Myth of Horus, show me hockey. Well, I want to see hockey too. Can we both see hockey? Can we share hockey? Let's share some hockey. When's the last time you've ever shared some hockey? Oof. Rotator cuffs are a little sore. I sure am. After, of course. Where's that puck drop? All right, Mammoth, what you got? Live screen, here we go. It's me, we caking. We're gonna watch and I'm gonna watch and you're gonna watch. You're gonna watch at home. I'm gonna watch at my home at my place. And we gotta go from the Mammoth, it looks like. Is it Robinson Crusoe? Putting the Utah Mammoth up 2-1. 2-1. Utah Mammoth. Utah Mammoth. 2-1. 2-1. Utah Mammoth. Utah Mammoth. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. Utah Mammoth. Utah Mammoth. All right, Utah Mammoth. There we go. Show me it. Show me it. Neighbors. Was that neighbors that Scott? It may have been neighbors that Scott. Puck's getting flung around right in front. And Hoffer's going to make that save. I chose not to eat during the intermission. And then I'm just like, oh, no, I'm hungry. Mammoth scored again. Brandon Tanev, it looks like he finally scored. I don't know if his age finally caught up to his play style. But Brandon Tanev is one of those players that just tries to skate at everything and kind of just Leroy's his body at everything. He just skates at people. He skates at them. Uh-oh. Goaltender interference. Maybe that's why Brandon Tanev was looking so like, "Aw, I didn't score." He wanted to score, but I don't think he's going to score. So what's going on? Oh, is he out of the crease? I think it looks like the Blues player got in the way. No goal. Don't tell me I had a Spanish broadcast on all night. I have. I put on the Spanish broadcast, everybody. I'm not listening to it because I'm talking to everybody here. That's really funny. That's really funny. I thought they were actually just mumbling. Apparently not. Apparently all that's legitimate. All right, Blues, where you going? They're gonna break on in. Are they gonna do anything with this offensive opportunity? They get pinned behind the net along the boards. A puck battle ensues, and it squeaks on out. Blues the first one to it. It was number 23. I don't know any of these Blues. I know like four of them. I know more than the Mammoth, but at the same, is that Keller? Is Keller actually playing? I haven't noticed. I see Schmaltzy out there. Huh. I guess the Mammoth do have some of their great players out. I mean, they got. I think I saw Sergachev out there too. Honestly, maybe it's just like Cooley and Gunther. But I mean, they're kids. I don't know why they need to rest them. Come on, Paterka and Kirkoni. Can you create offensive opportunities? No, and it's going to bounce all the way out into the neutral zone. Only 3 minutes, 4 minutes off the clock right now. 4 minutes and 15 seconds. That is. Now the Blues, of course, they tried really hard to make it into the playoffs in the last bit. Kind of the way that they did it when they won the Stanley Cup, where they were like the last team, the last place team in the entire league. They were 32nd, 31st in the league. I think it was 31st. And then they battled all the way back to get into second or to get into first place in the league. And then they ended up winning the Stanley Cup. And they just fought as hard as they could one season and they did it. And they won the Stanley Cup. They won the Stanley Cup. And it was pretty, I mean, it was, they played against the Bruins. No, they don't think that, I don't remember. Was it the Bruins? I think so. A lot of heartbreak for the Bruins. I think it was the Torrey Krug saga, right? Krug left the Bruins to the Blues. Ian Cole sends it to the net. Tanev wants that redirect. He was so mad he didn't get that goal. He was like, oh, finally? And then they said, just kidding. You don't get that goal. You don't get that goal. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got, everybody? Let's see if we got anything going on the social medias. Let's see what we got. A lot of people still talking about Rick Bonus on the Blue Jackets. Well, now let's see what everybody here thinks about that. I'll go into that a little bit more. Let me elaborate. Let me elaborate on this. So for this event, well, huh? Oh, that's cool. That's funny. Nothing on hockey socials right now. That was funny that I saw. And that's the hard thing too about it is that you can't really scroll on X live because you might get something inappropriate or you might get something with vulgar language that you don't want to feel like that's a representation of who you might be, even though it still might be, and maybe it's a not necessarily the worst thing to say. It just gets people mad. Certain people, certain lames. Dude, let's look up Brandon Tanev right now. Brandon Tanev. Brandon Tanev. No goals the entire season. Wow, I thought Brandon Tanev was a lot better than what the numbers that he's been putting up. He had one really great season with the Penguins, were 25 points. But that was still in 68 games. Kraken, his best season was 16 goals, 19 assists for 35 points. He got one goal in 19 game. Oh, what was it? Did he get? Yeah, he must have got traded to the Jets. So in what was it? In 79 games, he got 10 goals and 12 assists. That's awful. Oh, they're going to show us clips from around the league. The Mighty Ducks score with 20.8 seconds left to go in the first period, tying their hockey game against the Nashville Predators. Utah Mammoth fans are they're so into it. I'm happy they are. That stadium has a lot of exciting lighting, a lot of fun interactive ways to keep their fans engaged. That's so funny. Brandon Tanev, no goals. And we're gonna have that Kings Flames game. Actually, I'm gonna put that on the other television. Anze Kopitar, his final hockey game, his final regular season hockey game of his career is going to happen. Last game before he decides to retire. Of course, he's going to have his playoff run, and then after that, it's over. It's over. So he's just enjoying the tour right now as he goes to say hi to all these teams, and obviously it's not necessarily saying hi, but you know what I mean. Yeah, Brandon Tanev was a fan favorite when he had the juice, but no goals. General Manager Bill Armstrong making billion-dollar decisions every day. Oh, the Blues completely Dougie the Mammoth. And right there, Robert Thomas, right in the slot, picks up the loose change and rips that puck in the back of that net, making it a 2-2 hockey game. So a swing and a miss, some bobbles by the defense, and somehow the puck gets right back on the stick of Thomas. Paterka, Sergachev, none of them could get the puck. Uyghur, none of them could get the puck. They were all whacking for it, and they all missed. Puck's coming out. Mammoth gets to it first. Is the car? Oh no, the Blues right in front again. Is Vamelka going to come too far out of the net? Schmaltz boosting through the neutral zone, looking for a partner to pass to, but he got out of position. Somehow the Blues have the puck going the other way. We're going to call it an icing now, I think. Let's check the physicality of the game. 7 hits from the Blues, 9 hits so far from the Mammoths. So both teams they're playing physical hockey game. They're playing a physical hockey game. 7 giveaways for the Blues and 5 for the Mammoths. So both teams are making similar mistakes. Only 2-1 takeaways, so not necessarily a whole lot to get from examining that. One of the next things I'm going to have to purchase is oh, I'm like, this smells like chocolate. Yeah, I got chocolate in my blanket. I went to go like touch them, like, what is that? A piece of my Chewy bar must have fell in it. And at this next intermission, I'll go wash my hands. And now everybody in the comments, what do you guys think about the playoffs? Is there a certain team that you think is going to win? Is there a certain team that you want to win? Is there a certain team that you just like, dude, I don't want to see you make it past the first round. I hate you. Is there a team that you feel that way? Let me hear about it in the comments. I want to know what everyone's thinking about hockey. I want to know what everyone's thinking about their favorite players, the way, and their favorite team. Or maybe I just want to hear your opinions. What are you thinking about the playoffs? Do you think there's no way that the Colorado Avalanche doesn't win? Do you think they've already won the cup just by getting into the playoffs? Do you think they're so talented that no other team can compete against them? Or do you think the Minnesota Wild or the Dallas Stars might be able to hoist the cup this season? I personally think it has to be between one of those three. Don't get me wrong, I still respect the talent of the Tampa Bay Lightning. I just don't think anybody wants it as bad as those three teams. But the Stars, they have like these weird like, recourses where they just like fall into this like they fall into these bad habits where they're just not actually competing. It feels like they're like, we're gonna take our foot off the gas, and it seems to happen a fair amount. Ira tries to shoot it to the net, but Milka has to hop on it. Loose puck. Refs blew the play dead. So that loose puck didn't go anywhere, and it wasn't able to make anything dangerous. All right, we got a commercial. I was dazed. All right, everybody, I'm gonna wash my hands. Oh, it feels great to stand. I actually didn't even stand during that intermission break. I just sat when I was working on something on my phone. Kind of want to go to the bathroom, honestly. I know that by washing my hands, my body's gonna be like, you should just go to the bathroom. And I'm gonna be like, actually, I can't. Actually, sorry. You know what? Actually, actually, I have returned. I'm probably gonna be cold. Mm, I'm a neck. Crack my neck. Where we going, everybody? Come on, drop that puck. Drop that puck. Mammoth win the faceoff in their defensive zone. Ian Cole passes it to his player. And then Kylo Yamamoto just says, I want to create chaos and gives the puck away to the Blues. Score! Robert Thomas with the redirect from the blue line. The St. Louis Blues are now winning this hockey game. They're up 3-2. Tyler Yamamoto with an embarrassing baffle. So Kerfoot wins the draw. Ian Cole sends the puck up along the Kyler Yamamoto, he just tries to flip the puck over a stick. It doesn't go, which then turns the puck over and instantly leads to a goal. Beautiful redirect by Thomas to beat Vamilka. And the puck goes all the way down to Vamilka. He tries to pass it to Marino. It bounces just wide. It's almost turned over. Marino gets almost he couldn't get to it again as the Blues are now in control of the puck again behind the net of the Mammoth. The Mammoth seems scared. The Mammoth seem rattled right now as the Blues continue to dangle, to skate back and forth, controlling the puck with ease. And it doesn't even seem like they're putting much effort into these board battles right now. Pavel Buchnevich against Nick Schmaltz. Buchnevich wins the physical presence. And the Mammoth give the puck away in the slot, a shot, a block. And the Mammoth making plays, making their general manager curse under his breath. Nick Schmaltz cannot maintain possession of the puck in the neutral zone. And it will roll behind the Mammoth net where JJ Peterka skates him with speed. A shot from Carconi from the far circle. As Kerfa manages to maintain puck possession, which leads to a shot attempt from Turka, but he just falls like flat on his face. That was kind of weird. Carconi gets the puck to Sergachev, and the Mammoth are struggling to connect some of these passes. I mean, I know that one of them just went to the shin pads of one of their players, the pass from Sergachev. But there's a lot more that they can do better. There is a lot more that they can do better, everybody, and we will see it here shortly. Come on, come on. Who's got that puck? Petarka? No, is it Holloway? The Blues taking a shot. Where's that puck? It's going to land right behind the net. The St. Louis Blues, they just, even though their season is coming to the end, they want to let everybody know. The St. Louis Blues want to let everybody know that, hey, maybe we still got some good players, or hey, maybe we're looking for that next contract. Remember, everybody, that is one of the reasons that players are going to continue to try to compete at their hardest. These players are going to continue to compete because they want to be seen, maybe, and they're like, hey, I want a contract. As I say that, I watch Anze Kopitar get suited up for his final regular season hockey game. Anze Kopitar in his final regular season hockey game, an icon of hockey, 19 seasons, I think they said, or maybe 20 seasons. I don't know, man. Just last season, man. Don't like to see icons like that leave. I mean, because our next is McDavid, Matthews. Because I mean, some of them have almost been in the league 10 years. Crosby, Ovechkin, Malkin, Kane, Tays, Stamkos, Hall, Yakupov. Oh, wait. They're all about to cycle out, which is so weird. We're not young anymore. Not young anymore. It's weird to say. It's weird to admit. When people talk to you about life expectancy and you're like, oh, now it just, I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, there's some people where you can just watch their genetics just you just watch. I mean, they can be looking like, oh, you got color in your face, and then in 3 years, you've withered, and it looks like you've aged 10, where you don't look like who you were, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just what happens to everybody, to everything, which is interesting, right? You things just quit working. It's we're gonna get philosophical here. It's just a rule of life. But at the same time, it's a weird rule because the rule is things end up wearing out. And when they end up wearing out, when they eventually wear out, that's when it's when things fail. But what if you can replace these things? What is there to replace? See, the hardest thing about the human body is it's our brains. Most people lose their brains. A lot of people get to the point to where their brains just quit working. And I think that's the most difficult part about everything is that our brains do quit working. Now, eventually, I do hate to admit it, and I do think there will be some sort of way to transfer consciousness. I think that will maybe be our next level that we do. And unfortunately, that might break the rules of matter, the rules of the universe, the rules of science, maybe, the rules of God, maybe, whoever. That'd be nuts. I think we'll get to a really unique point where who knows what's going to happen with our bodies because I feel like because like think about this like being able to repair yourself is great, but you're never really going to get to the point to where when you were a kid to where you didn't have responsibilities and then when you finally did maybe you locked in and you cared a lot about the game or whatnot. You cared about a lot about a certain craft. You did it repetitively and you practiced it, you practiced it, and you're like, I want to get really good at this thing, and then you did, right? It happens for a lot of people, and I know it's a possibility. So maybe it's something that we don't necessarily write off. It's just something that I recommend people consider. Ducks Predators still tied 2-2. Sharks are beating the Jets 2-1. Kings Flames just started and Canucks Oilers just started. Oh man, let's take a look at the fantasy hockey. Is Weekaken going to win his first ever fantasy hockey league, or will his brother defeat him? I'm beating him by 10 points as of right now. And tonight I have 1 point on him, 2 points on him. Ooh, somebody scored in one of these games. Dude, my Stamkos. My Slamkos right now. All right. I'm not sure what just happened, but I'll take it. I want to win my fantasy league, everybody. Come on. If I'm beating my brother by like 20 points, maybe we'll open 2 packs. Now, I want to let everybody know that I got like one of the best cards ever the other night, and I'm so happy. But I think we got 2 of our hits out of our box. So we got about 14 or so boxes. So we have 2 hits, 2 big hits done out of those 14 boxes. That's something that I got to keep in the back of my mind is how many boxes that we've been through and what we will actually find. Pretty excited though. And that's the thing though. I'm not looking for super rare cards. That is not my objective to get the rarest card. I just want to get cards for all the players so that I can talk about the players. That's what I want to do. Here they go. Blues. Boosted onto their zone. They're going to dump it in. Puck goes around the boards. Sergachev gets to it first. He's going to send it back. Mammoth boosting out of their zone. Clayton Keller stops, looks, loses an edge, and loses the puck. Blues 3-on-2 the other way. They get the cross feed, but it's too skippy. And the Blues have to reset. They are all set up. They do get a redirect. It bounces up the boards. 2-on-1. 2-on-2 coming up for the Mammoth is Clayton Keller. Gets over the blue line. Stops. Holds. 5 Blues are sitting back there. And only 3 Mammoth players. Lawson Krause with a big hip check, allowing the Mammoth to maintain the puck possession. Ian Cole. He's going to have to fall back on defense and high sticks that puck. That play's dead. We're going to get a whistle and play. Man, you got to wonder how bad Jonathan Huberdeau has done and how bad Huberdeau has done in Calgary. I just think that there's some places that I think they just need a better identity. I think they need a better team. And I think it'd be really weird to be a Flames fan. I think it would be really weird to be a Flames fan. I don't know what you'd be a fan of. I don't know what you'd be a fan of. Oh, a big hit behind the net of the Mammoth. They do recover it. Is that Stenlund? Sure is. Goes for the give and go. Does get the redirect tip onto the net. But Hopper gloves that puck. No go, no go. I just think that teams that relocate and keep the same name that's the worst thing you could do. You gotta rebrand. You don't have that same. That's not the same team. You gotta change the name. Flames didn't when they went from Atlanta to Calgary. So I think that Calgary should change their name. Personally, I think they should change their name. I think the Canucks should change their name, and the Canadians should also change their name. I think that would be very, very intelligent. Very intelligent. Dude, I'll tell you, the night that we do our new HL conversation, we'll be doing a lot of new HL stuff. We'll be doing a lot of Week Cake and hockey conspiracy theories. And they're going to be my favorite conspiracy theories ever. And I'm going to go so deep. I'm going to figure out all the stuff that we must have to figure out in order to do it. How we're going to build our league. We got a minute and 9 seconds to go. And the Mammoth score. Yamamoto making up for his mistake. They're like, hey, you screwed up. Now you made it back. Hopper's like, oh, minute and 7 seconds left. And it was a weird goal, too. Oh, they're looking like there's an injured Blue on the field, on the rink. Mammoth fans keep shaking their hankies. They don't care. Oh, a block shot. Oh, cool. He is playing. Is everyone playing? I haven't noticed it, honestly. The Mammoth don't look like they're trying too hard. And if they are, not as impressed as I'd like to be. But at the same time, the St. Louis Blues did bubble. I mean, they got pretty close. They got pretty close, but they ended up selling. And that is kind of how you have to do it as a GM. You have to try. You have to make your players look appetizing and appealing. I mean, if you have bad contracts on your team, you might have to try to make those bad contracts look appetizing. Make a player that maybe has been struggling, have a career season, and trade him at the deadline. If you're just like, hey, we'll trade it, we'll consider trading him. I know they're having a career season. What do you want for it? I think that's one of the best ways to do it as a general manager. If you got a player that's underperforming and underperforming, and then they start having a career season, you're like, hey, what do you guys think? Who wants this guy? Because you're like, he's never going to replicate that. He caught lightning in a bottle, right? That's the peak of that player. That's their prime. That's where they're going to max out. That's the best that they're going to be able to do. Mammoth win the face-off. 36 seconds. Shot. Save. Hopper. Going for my first championship tonight. Apparently the playoffs begin Saturday, which is crazy. I feel like every team should get a whole week off to prepare. Playoffs, dude. Come on. Playoffs. Ow. Where's that puck? Curl. A little cross check from the Blues to get the puck to bounce down to the Mammoth side. We'll just let Ian Cole hold on to it as we enter the third period. With maybe a power play as we got some punches getting thrown. Logan Cooley throwing some punches. Clayton Keller getting some punches. Broberg, Cooley, get Cooley in the mix. Yeah, Ian Cole hopping in there. A lot of angry players. We got some, and who knows, maybe we'll get some new rivalry. St. Louis Blues, Utah Mammoth. What? Logan Cooley's not having it. Referees are talking to each other. What, man? What? What is it? What's the penalty? What's the power play? Keller hopping in as the captain. He even as a smaller guy. He's like, yeah, you're not going to touch my young gun. All right, everyone, we're heading into the period intermission. I'll see y'all soon for period number 3. Hmm. All right, everybody. Week Caking is back, and not only am I returning, we're gonna do our pack opening of the night. Even though it doesn't seem like we got a whole lot of people here, it's okay. Let's have fun together. I'll still try to make it fun. We will still stick to our traditions. Now, I do apologize. We didn't really even talk some hockey cards in the second. I just talking too much hockey. Talking too much hockey, not enough hockey cards. That's our vantage point. I'm gonna grab a booster pack on the pack box. No. All right, we got a pack of Metal Universe tonight. Metal Universe 2022, 20 or 2023, 2024. This is this is the Connor Bedard set. Now we've already got a Connor Bedard rookie, like retro, I believe, a rookie retro, which we're very grateful for. But maybe something else here in here for us. Or the Mighty Ducks, John Gibson, who is actually a Detroit Red Wing. And unfortunately, I mean, if you are a Red Wing fan, your season just crumbled. All right, I'm beating my brother by 12. Torrey Krug, who has retired. Or maybe his contract is just riding out. Maybe he's just sitting on long-term injury reserve. It's one way to keep getting paid. Marc-Andre Fleury, that was his last season, I believe, 2023, 2024, when he played for my Minnesota Wild. It was cool seeing Fleury, but at the same time, you're just like, right, you're great, but not really too reliable anymore. Frederick Anderson, who unfortunately is also kind of at that age of where he's just about ready to retire. He's got maybe a run or two left in him. It's like we're gonna get another rookie. 17. Metal Universe Simon Nemec. This is our rookie, Simon Nemec, a defenseman for the New Jersey Devils. Unfortunately for them, apparently after the season, it doesn't sound like he's too pleased that he's on the team. So he might want to move to a different team. Should be really hard for that team. Austin Statues for our next superstar, of course, that first overall pick. He's been struggling. He went out for the season. And I don't, there's no way he's going to stay in Toronto. I think it would be awful for him to stay in Toronto. It's time, Austin. You got to go to the Vegas Golden Knights. Meet Mitch up in the goal with the Golden Knights, or at least go somewhere else. You're not going to do well there. And the rookie, Sean Farrell, Montreal Canadiens. So our two big hits for this evening are two rookies. Simon Nemec of the New Jersey Devils and Sean Farrell of the Montreal Canadiens. 20 shots for the Blues, 21 shots so far for the Mammoth tonight. I turn that volume down. The Blues, honestly, I don't want to say I hate to admit it, but I gotta admit the Blues just look so much more locked in. They just seem so much more focused. The Mammoth just feel like they're like, oh, we made it in the playoffs. We don't have to grind as hard. And they're right. And you shouldn't. You shouldn't grind. This shouldn't be a grind for you. This should hopefully be in a hockey game that you're going to compete in, but you may not. You're not. You don't really want to grind. You don't want to. You don't really want to struggle in a game like this. You don't want to struggle. Blues got a shot on net. Vanek. Man, I can't believe they actually benched the goalie. Oh, Oilers up 3-1. They're killing the Canucks. 4-1. Is that Savoy? Dang. Oh, look at those pickups. There's no way I'm losing now. I got about 30 points on my brother. He's got 283 points, and I have 307. 17. That's almost, yeah, that's 20, 24. It's almost 30. Shark movies. Shark movies are always so dumb. You're in their territory now. Matt Savoy is just lighting it up. He's got a hat trick. Yeah, my Stamkos. Yeah, it's over. It's over. I'm at 23.1 points for the night. My goalie's at negative 1.2 points because he's barely faced any shots apparently, and he's let it in goal. Let's see how many shots on goal the Oilers have, or the Canucks have. 5 shots. So Canucks have 1 goal and 5 shots. That is why I am negative. Puck in front of the Blues net. Mammoth can't stop that one out. All right, Blues, what can you do? Shoot the puck to the net. It's gonna bounce off the back of the boards. Sergachev now has it, slowly circling his defensive zone. He's just gonna pass it to his defensive pairing, Mackenzie Weegar. Weegar came from the Calgary Flames, so Weegar actually was a part of the Matthew Tkachuk trade that brought Jonathan Huberdeau to the Calgary Flames, which is kind of also known as the downfall of his career. It unfortunately for Jonathan Huberdeau, going to the Calgary Flames has just completely crushed his career. It's been really sad to see how bad, how badly, how poorly it's demotivated him, but it's pretty apparent. It's pretty apparent. And so as I mean, what do you do? sometimes you get backstabbed and you're just like, why did my friends not? It's kind of like that feel. I think he was just in a sense of shock of like, did my friends not, were they not actually my friends? Were they not my friends? Was I not their friends? I'm just hoping I win. Kraken Avalanche is the only other regular season game. That is the last game of the season. Triple double crunch wrap. I wonder how it would be to be a commercial actor. And some of these commercials, it's the dumbest thing. Like this last one, it was this girl that had a blender. She's blending like a bowl of cake or something, and she's like frowning, and in the next frame she's laughing. Frown, frown, it's not working. Ah. And then it is working. Ah, so good. Yay. I'm so accomplished. My phone's at low batteries over here. Whatever. 11:17 left to go in the third period. Will the Utah Mammoth get the last win of the season, or will the St. Louis Blues try to end it on a high note? I'm trying to use all my musical puns. I gotta think about more lyrical things and other other rhythm jokes. What's Parenko got? That was another player that was weird that didn't get moved at the trade deadline. For sure, we thought that Robert Thomas or Colton Parenko was going to get moved. But so many of these franchises are so afraid to say the word rebuild. All they want to say is retool this, retool that, retool this, retool that. Wow, Sharks are crushing the Jets 5-1. How many goals has Celebrini scored? One. You got an assist, two assists, two assists, two helpers. All right, Blues, dump that puck in. What you got? Send that puck around Sergachev. He's going to try to reconnect with a Clayton Keller in the center ice. That didn't work. Blues now in the offensive zone. Don't win the board battle. And now JJ Paterka has brought the puck into the offensive zone. Blues trying to cause a mistake. Bouncing puck goes to the neutral ice. Sherwood. No, not Sherwood. Kiefer Sherwood. Why am I thinking about Kiefer Sherwood? That was per foot. Per something. You got offsides for the Blues. Sergachev not happy that he shot after the whistle. Don't shoot our goalie after the whistle, man. Not cool. The owner of the Utah Mammoth is sitting there rink side pointing at one of the refs. I don't like that guy. I mean, it looks like he likes to get up close and personal. We got commercials going on both games. I bet I could turn one of these into a multi-game, I swear. Let's see here. I think that's the good one. Let's see. Come out of frame, go back in frame. We're going to try the PlayStation. See if the PlayStation works out well for us. What's going on? Kalshi commercials? More AI? All those Kalshi AI commercials, man. And they're all AI. I don't trust any of them. Mammoth fans enjoying their time knowing that the playoffs are right around the corner. Knowing they're right around the corner. And they got to try to maintain their heads. I mean, it is a hockey game, and you're not going to take disrespect, but you also don't want to get injured. You don't want to take the wrong punch to the face. You don't want to take the wrong fall to the ice. You don't want to put anything into possible jeopardy at all. That is number one rule. Don't put anything into jeopardy. Maybe Gunther's just hurt. What do we got going on? I don't even know what I'm thinking about right now for hockey. So let's talk about that pack we just got. Let's look at those. Let's talk about those players. Sean Farrell. I don't know anything. I haven't heard anything about this guy. What's it say? He played in the 2022-2023 season. 6 games, 1 goal, no assists, 1 points for -2. Got a goal. Austin Matthews. How do you do this season? 74 games played, 40 goals, 45 assists, 85 points, plus 31. So Matthews had a pretty decent season, but it's all been downhill since then. It's been super downhill since then. "34 games played, 21 goals, 11 assists for 1 point." How does that work for goalies? That's really funny. They put on the wrong stats for this player. I'm looking at the goalie right now, and the stats for Frederick Anderson say 34 games played, 21 goals, 11 assists, 1 point plus 1, penalty minute 2.48, power play goal 0.93. It should just say wins. They just didn't switch the banner to say GPWLP/overtime shootout, goals against average, and power and save percentage. That's actually super funny. I did not, I just noticed that. So 34 games played, 21 wins, 11 losses, 1 overtime loss, 1 shootout loss, 2.48 goals against average, and a 9.03 save percentage. Isn't that something? Oh my gosh, we got John Gibson too, another goaltender. Games played 53, 14 wins, 31 losses, 8 overtime losses, 1 shootout, 3.99 goals against average, 0.899 save percentage. That was a tough year for him. 4 goals a game. Torrey Krug, last season on the Blues, 2022-2023 season, 63 games played, 7 goals, 25 assists, 32 points, plus minus 26. Penalty minutes 49. Power play goals 4. That's the last game of the season. We're going to open another pack. I can't help it. We can't help it. We're doing it. And it's going to be another Metal Universe pack. It's going to be a Metal Universe of the following season. So maybe we pack a Celebrini tonight. Come on, everybody. Second pack of the night. 5 minutes left to go in the hockey game. And this game is even Stevens. 3 shots for each team, or 3 shots. 3 goals for each team. 23 shots for each team. With 5 minutes to go in the third period, we have a playoff team versus a team that was right on the cusp of it. So the Blues, it's hard to say because you just don't want to give away free talent, but at the same time, sometimes it's fun to just say, you know what, let's take this in a different direction. Let's go for a different vision. Matt Tkachuk of the Florida Kitties. Of course, they didn't make the playoffs this season. Pavel Zacha, Boston Bruins. My Leon Draisaitl got completely dented. I'm glad it's him and not my hit. All right, Metal Universe. What are you gonna bless me with tonight? Leo Carlson. And what a great looking card. Yeah, look at that. Just smashing that corner. Ouch. Leo Carlson, you're gonna bring us good luck? Mighty Ducks. Should I quack? Quack, 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 quack. Oh. Oh, this is one of those like search results things. 23. Toronto Maple Leafs. Engines. Search engines. Matthew Nyes, Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto Nyes left wing. Toronto Nyes. Matthew Nyes left wing. Matthew Nyes stats. Matthew Nyes draft. Search engines, huh? Search engines. Matthew Nyes. And our rookie will be Scott Morrow of the Carolina Hurricanes. I have no idea if he's good. Let's see what his stats are. 2 games played, 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 points, -3. He will be unlikely coming back. Man, that Leo Carlson got real bumped. That makes me kind of sad. But these other guys, I mean, the Leo Carlson is great to get. The Chucky's always fun to have. I have a feeling that rookie is probably not going to play much. Probably. But hey, I mean, it's not like I don't want him to play. It's just my guess. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the cards. I tried to make it a little fun tonight as my nose continues to itch. Here we go. Game on. Utah Mammoth, St. Louis Blues. Both want to end the season with a win. Utah Mammoth, they just want to say, you know what? We went through the season. We're in the playoffs, our second season of existence, and they're proud of themselves. They're super proud of themselves. I mean, they shouldn't, because they knew how much talent was coming up. Clayton Keller, you gotta wonder how much they just sold Clayton Keller on that dream. Like, bro, we're gonna be great. Everything's gonna be great. Macklin Celebrini scores his 45th of the season. Wow. Nothing from Eklund, though. We need more Eklund. I wiped my eye in the St. Louis Blues score. Logan Malou. But the bench doesn't look too happy. Maybe it was offsides. Clayton Keller lost an edge. He just threw it at the goalie at Vanek, and it just went in the net. Still winning my matchup. Connor Murphy. Well, at least some of my picks are paying off. At least some of them. There's no way I lose. There's 0% chance. I'm at 23.2 points to his 9.4. There's no way he gets 20 points. There's no way Kemper's getting a shootout or a shutout. There's no way Kemper's getting a shutout. Oh, is Kraus going to go to the penalty box for hooking? Or are they on the power play? I can't tell. I think it looked like Vanek went to the bench. So is that 2-1? I only see 5 players. Yep. Why show that? They showed him go to the bench, and then apparently he didn't sit on the bench. The Keller's over the line. Centering feed. Shot. Bounce off the bounce. Looked like it went off a pipe. That was very close. St. Louis Blues. That was very close. Kerfoot came around the net. Beautiful centering feed right before he went in front. Yamamoto came in and rang the puck right off the crossbar. Ooh, Schmaltz with a good shot. Empty net for the Mammoth. Blues clear. Thomas skating with all of his effort to beat Sergachev. He did get a stick on. Oh, front puck goes right in front. Bouncing puck. Clayton Keller recovers it. Utah Mammoth making mistakes. Schmaltz just rips that puck in. Hoffer looks for the empty net. Takes the shot. It bounces. Cooley gets a hand on it, and it just bounces a little bit wide of that net. Does not go in. McDavid getting ejected? All right, Kemper got scored on. That means no shutout for my brother. Yay. Unless he's not even playing. He's not even playing. Mammoth have control of the puck. On the low side of the net. Back up to the blue line. Keller fake shot. To the circle. Cooley. Little catch with Keller. Keller to the front of the net. Does not find the stick of a Mammoth player. At least in front of the net. They do regain control of the puck. They do try to set up. In front of the net. A whack at it once. No good. Blues send the puck the length of the ice. Misses the net. Less than a minute. 48 seconds to go. What do we got going on in this period? And that kid was having the time of his life at that Mammoth game. That's so awesome. Hockey just has the best franchises. Baseball has the dumbest franchises by far. Baseball is so stupid with their franchises. There's some of them that are like, oh, okay, those make sense. But then there's so many of them that are like that. I hate this. Mammoth win the faceoff. Keller takes a lobbing shot. It goes right over the net. Blues get to it first. Then now it's a 3-on-2 to Thomas. All by himself. Puts it in the empty net. And a hat trick for Robert Thomas to end the season on the high note for the Blues. They are going to be singing that tune all the way in to the postseason. The Utah Mammoth not proud of their performance. My brother has 10 points by 2 players. He's up to 12 points. Oh no. He's catching up, everybody. can't believe it. The Mammoth not going to go into this postseason with a game of confidence. Yeah, you have to go into this postseason right now. A little curious, a little disappointed due to the way that you competed in this game. It just was nowhere near where it should have been. Extremely bad performance. I mean, not extremely bad, but you just don't. You just if you're a playoff team, you just don't want to lose to a team that's not in the playoffs. You just don't. So it's going to be demoralizing for the team. Blues win 5-3, everybody. And for me, that's my last stream of the regular season. Now for the playoffs, I'll be live every day that the playoffs have a game. If there's a game, I will be live. I will be talking hockey. I will be blitzing everybody, so be prepared. A lot of week cake and stuff's gonna be going. I'm gonna be posting some posters. I'm gonna be just posting some fun promotional stuff. Please watch me or please just come by. Not watch me. I mean, like, just come chat. I just want to talk hockey. That's all I want to do. Come by, talk hockey. We'll have a great time. You'll have a great time. I'm Week Haken. I will see you at the playoffs. Have a good night, everyone.